अच्छे हैं, बंदे अच्छे हैं, बंदे अच्छे हैं।
So when you have a dream, you got to grab it and never let go of it.
Yes.
Because the more you dream, the more the chances for it to come true. Says our today's guest in Life Influences, Bande Achhe. Well, born in Kirki, Maharashtra, this Tamil girl, who's now all of 67, has 20 years of experience with IPRU, and to her credit, out of which she's 13 time the Star Club winner, second time Court of the Table winner, 15 time the $1 million round table winner, and 17 time the lifetime MDRT Arch winner. She loves music, and to her passion, singing comes at the top. Currently, a resident of the upmarket Adyar area of Chennai, our guest for today is a role model for youth of today in many, many possible ways. Her spouse, Mr. Venkataraman, is an IIT Chennai alumnus who is her main support in life, along with children Vikram and Priya, in-laws Anusha and Tushar, and of course her love of life, granddaughter Aditi. So ladies, gentlemen, and everyone, please be ready for this absolute musical, compassionate episode of Life Influences, Bande Achhe, and joining us to add all the credit is none other than Miss Janaki Venkataraman with us. Janaki ma'am, vanakkam, welcome to Life Influences, Bande Achhe.
Vanakkam.
It's so good to have you in the show right now. And to start with, along with you, I also have Tirupati Balaji right behind you, blessing us in this entire frame. So, yes, thank you so very much. So, let's go straight on to the first segment of the show, Early Life, Family and Growing Up. Can you tell us about your birthplace and how did you move to Chennai eventually?
I was born in Khadki, Pune, which is in Maharashtra. And after my marriage in August 1978, I moved to Chennai. I was married to Mr. Venkataraman. I'm still married to him. And he's a metallurgist from IIT Madras.
Oh, that's wonderful. So it's 1978 when you got married, you moved on to Chennai, nearly about 40 years around there, right?
43.
43 years. That's a long time to be in Chennai. And I'm sure, do you miss the fact that you're not in Maharashtra and in Chennai?
Yes, I do miss the climate of Pune. I do miss the upbringing which I had in Pune. It is a lovely climate because in Chennai you only have the hot weather throughout the year, except for 2 months. Yes, I do miss the atmosphere and the climate of Pune.
Let's go straight on to the next question that I have. Very interesting question. How did you decide to work for an insurance company after earning your chemistry degree, as we have all heard? So tell us about something about your parents and who were you close to?
Yeah. My father, Ellen Balasubramaniam, worked in ammunition factory as a foreman. My mother, B. Parvati, was a housewife. Ours a very large family. So she had time only to look after the household affairs and cooking. And I was born in Pune, and I spent my time in 65/4 Park Road. Rangers was a house. I vividly remember the place because it was a huge bungalow with a large garden. The garden had all these pomegranate trees. There was a huge banyan tree. There were jasmine flowers. Wow. And in the neighborhood, we had a lot of children who would assemble in the evening, to play. I Spice, Coco, Fugdi.
Boogity,
And
yes, yes.
yes, and we used to really, jump, hop, skip, because we never had any gadgets in those days like cell phone, computers, and also we have no television. So the only recreation was going out and playing, climbing up the trees, stealing the mangoes from the neighborhood, stealing the guavas. We used to have a great time in the outdoor activities.
Any memory that you still look back in your childhood memories that still makes you
Yeah.
laugh? Any story that you have?
I would say that our neighborhood I had was filled with a lot of people, and at home you would find that guests were there throughout the year, and every festival was celebrated with real pomp and show. And I would invite my teachers, my friends, everyone, especially during the Dasera. My mother used to make a lot of sweets, and I had a very much liking for a teacher called Sheila. She was an
Okay.
English teacher, and she used to teach even history and geography. I had invited her home once, and my mother really was very hospitable to her. And mostly all my friends would come, especially during the Dasera, to enjoy the sweets made by my mother. And guests were always a part of a family life. So we learned how to live and let live.
I did mention about how you have got a chemistry degree. So how did the shift happen to join an insurance company?
Actually, before my marriage, I was working as a LKG teacher in
Oh
SIA
wow.
school in Matanga.
Okay.
There's the SAS college also now. I just worked for about a year. Then I had a short stint in with Indian Airlines as a air hostess. And
Really?
yeah,
My God, now this is what I'm digging in. A teacher,
I
an
have a
air
memory. Yeah.
hostess, and now?
Yeah, I was actually, it was just for about 4 months. Till May, I was there. August, I got married anyway to Mr. Venkataraman. And I have a very good memory, very interesting memory to share. Actually,
Okay.
our those days, there were very small flights like Avro and Dakota, very small flights. Our flight had landed in Ahmedabad. And I heard that then Prime Minister Moraji Desai had just landed.
Wow.
So the young in me couldn't curtail the excitement. I just got on of the plane. I rushed towards Moraji Desai, and there were all the guards literally pointing out their guns at me. I told, "Sir, I need your autograph." He told me, "I'll give you autograph on one condition. You
Uh,
have to wear khadi. Except on work, you have to work khadi." So I wrote on a piece of paper,
uh,
and he gave me the autograph. And next day, the entire media, there was a big article on the front page stating that is Mahenge Hastakshar. It is a costly autograph, and it was aired in the TV. So I was a very enthusiastic person, and I was slightly impulsive also in those days. So
wow, this is such an ice, candy on the ice, I must say, or rather, it's the thing I was looking for in the episode. Well, you meeting the ex-prime minister, getting a signature, and the headline says, costliest signature.
yes,
Right?
Mahenge Hastakshar.
Bande Hastakshar, ji haan. So tell me, man, what are the things that helped you grow over the last 20 years of your journey in life insurance industry?
See, prior to taking up a job in this insurance industry, I had worked in a very large pharmaceutical company called Zydus Cadila. And the designation that was given to me was detail woman. Our job was just to go to the doctors and detail or tell about the products, and also take the feedback and then convince them about the products of the company. And this job, in fact, sharpened my communication skills and also gave me a lot of confidence to meet the customers. All the people did not agree, even in the family, why are you taking up a job like this as a representative, going around in the hot sun in Chennai? But still, I pursued it. And for a lady to pursue for 12 years, it's really difficult. I did it.
My
That opened up a lot of my it gave me a lot of confidence. And also, the communication skills got literally sort of sharpened.
Well, let's go to the very interesting question. My question is, what is your current fitness regime that keeps you up with the days?
Yeah, actually, I've been doing yoga for the past 30 years. Now,
Nice.
also, I've joined Sri Ravi Shankar's yoga morning 6 to 7 every day. I do my yoga so that I can keep mentally and physically fit. And I'm careful also about my eating. So that keeps me going. And one more thing is, I have a very positive outlook. No matter how much the customer may ignore me, There are instances where I followed up customers for 15 years, literally 15 years, and they've given me a business after 15 to 20 years. Never mind. I used to keep on sending messages, send the email, brief about the products, and I've been patient. I've never felt upset that somebody has been rude. That's a part of life.
How do you feel about the fact that youngsters look up to you as a role model, and how they should know that following up with the customer is the most important thing?
Yeah, I feel extremely honored, and at the same time, I feel humbled by the fact that the younger generation looks forward to me, or I'm a source of inspiration for them. But with this, there is also a huge responsibility to be accountable about my behavior as well as my actions.
True.
And one more thing is, we have to be constantly aware, be aware of what we are and what we are doing. And we should not be perturbed or overwhelmed by the situations or the circumstances around us. We have to have that equanimity through trials and tribulations, or even that at the time of success or happiness.
What is that one thing that convinces the client? Like, how do you win your clients' trust and get them to be your client?
Actually, whenever I meet a client, first I take down their data regarding their age, their short-term goals, and the long-term goals. And as per their risk appetite, I suggest whichever is suitable for them or which they are prepared to take. So whether it is a unit plan which they would like to take, or the endowment plan. So as per the needs and the goals which they have to achieve, I chalk out a plan and give it to them. And one more thing I have to say is, in this 15 years of journey, my managers, my vice president, even Maniganda, who is such as at a senior level, have all helped me whenever I require somebody to come and talk to my customer. Even the senior vice president has willingly come and spoken about the product and convinced them. And always they have expressed their gratitude for the investment in our company.
The next question is about challenges. It's about having a good time, having a great time. There's a bad time, there's an amazing time, there's challenges, there's a weak time. So when these things come across you, especially when there's a weak time, there's a big challenge, how do you overcome them? And what is the way forward to face them?
Yeah, especially post-COVID, they were really challenging times to complete a target. And it was, I think, in 2019, March 31st, 12 a.m. is the last minute to complete our target or logins. And last minute, actually, it is a teamwork in our company, especially on December. Especially the managers as well as the superiors are always, literally on their lookout for the completion of the target, and they are feeling very worried how to complete the target. And I found that I've short of 5 lakhs on that day, and we were just at 9:30. We were telling how to complete this target. Then I just walked up to one of my clients who's a doctor whom I knew from 1985, and he has never invested anything for me. But I used to regularly send letters as well as SMS to him. I just went inside his clinic and I told him, "Doctor, why don't you take this particular product for your son? It is very useful and the growth is phenomenal." He didn't say a word. He just wrote a check for 5 lakh rupees and gave me the investment. But there was a persuasion for nearly 30 years. That is 85, I knew him. And from 2003, I've been regularly contacting him, sending him letters. It was that hard work which gave me, in my challenging times, the moment of success and victory.
Next segment called as My Pillars of Strength. So who is that one person you can always rely on during the darkest and the most challenging times? And if there is a person, what's the story or that story that you have and you want to share with us?
Yeah, actually, it is my husband, because I talk too much, because my job is only to talk to people always. I'm a very talkative person. He's a very, very quiet, introverted person. But he has always been a source of support, especially when there is a fluctuation in the markets, and when many times customers have told me that I want to redeem the policies, I want the money back. At such times, it's very difficult to face or convince the customers. That is the time I would turn to him and he'll say, "Don't worry, the equity markets will definitely bounce back once again and things will fall in place." And he has been always encouraging me, "Don't worry, the next decade itself is for India only, because India is showing such a wonderful economic growth. So don't worry, he has been continuously convincing me about it. That's how I've been able to manage in the difficult times.
What are a few good values that you want to leave as a legacy for your children to understand and keep it with them forever?
Yeah, I want my children to have belief in themselves, and also to have respect for the people around, and also to be empathetic towards their feelings and also their circumstances in which the people around are in. This is the value I would like to leave for my children.
That's very simple and nice, ma'am. Thank you so very much. I have the last question for the segment right now. How do you see the next decade? You did mention about it. It's very bright for India. But what are the goals set by you in the coming years that will define the next 10 years for you?
Yeah, I think next decade is for India, because the way the medium and the small scale industries are mushrooming, the economic growth is going to be phenomenal. With that, I think with this economic growth, which is going to rise, insurance industry has a very bright future. So I think the people should take up jobs in the insurance industry and also achieve their growth along with the insurance industry's growth. And my goal is I must achieve the number one position in the company, at least in the coming years, at least twice or thrice. And I also want to bag the highest premium in terms of this term insurance with a young budding billionaire who are mushrooming in this country, who are fit enough for a insurance or sum assured of a high amount of 500 crores or 1,000 crores. That is what I want to achieve. And I want to break all the records which no one has done so far.
So let's get ready for a full screen of people joining us from her family side. Joining us now is Janaki ma'am's son Vikram, daughter Priya, and in-law Anusha. Welcome to Life Influences Bande Achhe. I know I can see faces, but you all can smile a little. I have quick questions, rapid fire. You're going to just choose this or that. So first question, let's go with Priya. Priya, what do you like, vacation or staycation?
Vacation.
Anusha, train or aeroplane?
Train.
Vikram, rich and famous or rich and unknown?
Rich and unknown.
How do you feel about your mom being such a good, renowned advisor in India?
Actually, she's super successful. I've gone to a couple of the ICICI meets and all of that. Kind of, it's very inspiring. At the same time, it kind of makes me feel I've not done really anything in my life, because she's gone to almost like 20 countries. And people of my age have hardly done half of what she has done. So yeah, she's like an amazing overachiever, and we're all like super proud of her.
Anusha, you tell me, what do you think about your mom-in-law, rather mother, about being one of the best advisors in India?
Yeah, so one thing is, I've known her before I got married to Vikram. I met her, and honestly, more than getting impressed with Vikram, I was more impressed with my mother-in-law, and she's always been an inspiration. I always tell my friends, that if at the age of 65, if I have half the energy what my mother-in-law has, I feel I will be successful. So it's so inspiring to see her get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, thinking about the business, right? And she has this pattern of, she will probably write 100 times what she wants to achieve. She gets into this subconscious mind, and trains herself that if she wants to achieve something, she will ensure that she gets it. And she's relentless, like what she mentioned, right? How people treat when you take products and try and explain it to them. The way they behave with you, it's as if they are doing a favor on you, when in reality you're helping them invest, right, and grow their money. But she's relentless. She will not take it to her heart. She will keep going back to them. I don't know if I will be able to do that, but she will ensure that, and it will be beneficial to them at the end of the day. It's not that she's trying to make money or she's trying to get the policies sold. That's not her intention at all. She will know the family. She will understand what kind of product will suit them. And then she's relentless till they buy, that product from her. So I really have to learn that, leave aside everything and just focus on what you need. Then you will definitely reach. So very, very inspiring.
Thank you so much, Anusha. Vikram, last but not the least from you, what do you like the most about your mom?
My mother, I think you built a beautiful picture about her. And her life is an example of how to connect the dots, right? And the way she has connected the dots through different stages of her life is is really instructive for youngsters. What I like about her is her energy and positive attitude and focus. And at the same time, even after achieving so much, there is a certain sense of being grounded, which I think she got from her Air India days. She probably got grounded then. And every time she flies up, she has a very good sense of, she has her ears to the ground of what's happening. So it's a balance, I would say. She may seem exuberant, she may seem extroverted, but there is always a sense of being grounded and having her ears to the ground, which keeps her, very fixed on reality and what her goals are. So it's a very good balance of her energy, positivity, and being realistic. So that's I think.
Thank you so much, Vikram. I think that's well said about three of you, giving you perception. But thank you so much for joining us here at Life Influences Bande Achhe. And until next time, be inspiring, be inspired, and of course, get much of love. Good night. Thank you so much for joining us here.